Botswana versus Namibia. Botswana won the toss, opted to field. Mozambique versus Malawi. Malawi won the toss, opted to field. And kindly follow. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and good luck on your day.
Good luck. 6, then I have to go take a nap. So it's got a headache. Just don't sleep, then you can sleep. Is your phone on silent? Is your phone on silent?
Good morning and welcome to the Under-19 or the ICC Under-19 World Cup qualifiers from the African region. This is day 2 of what's been already a really exciting tournament. We find ourselves at the home of Botswana main oval, where Botswana will be taking on Namibia. Namibia coming in off a real tough game yesterday against Uganda and unfortunately falling just short. Whereas the Botswana ladies were in a real tussle in which they managed to win by 1 wicket from a seemingly unwinnable position. So they'll be buzzing going in today. But first day nerves have passed and we are back on track for day 2. The word from the middle is that Botswana have won the toss and chosen to field. Joining me in commentary here is Thando. Thando, welcome back.
Thank you, Doug. How are you this morning?
I'm fantastic this morning. So Thando, you were here for the majority of yesterday's games. How was it for you? What did you think of the tournament as a whole so far? And what are you looking forward to today?
Today, what I can say is I'm expecting the ladies to give us a better show from what they did yesterday. Since yesterday it was just the first day of the tournament. You know how it is on the first day of the tournament, the teams will be having pressure on winning the games and all.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm sure those nerves that were sort of plaguing the ladies yesterday should have settled, and I agree we're in for some good cricket. We find our umpires have gone through to the middle and the ladies are starting to take the field now as well. For the Namibian openers, it looks like we have number 75 opening the batting. Mekelaye Motile. And with her, can you see the number there?
Angela.
Who's our then we have Angela van der Merwe, who is joining her in the middle. The Botswana fielders put in a big shift in the field yesterday. So you as a local, you're not a local, all right? Apologies. Yeah, it's quite hot conditions out here today. Bit of a breeze across the ground. Been a very festive tournament so far as well. The ladies loving the music that's being played, lots of dancing. Really has been a spectacle and a real showcase of Africa as a continent. It's been beautiful.
Yes, it's been. So opening the bowling for Botswana will be Pako Mapotsana. She was
incredible individual. There weren't many real standout batting performances yesterday. She really was one of those that showcased some batting prowess, which was really entertaining to watch. And in the end, being the one to carry her team over the line to win that opening fixture.
Exactly.
And here we go, first ball of day 2. Being crunched into the covers. Initially thinking about the single, but deciding to turn back.
So Parko having taken the 4 wickets yesterday, I'm sure the team and the captain believed me. That's why they gave you the new ball.
Oh, why wouldn't you? She's a lady on form. It's been a real tight start already. 2 dot balls to start the innings. It's really such a boost to have such a pivotal player within the team that can do it with the bat and the ball. And you can see the ladies feed off of her energy as well.
Besides, she's the vice captain. She has to lead the ship.
First runs of the morning as it's been pulled out to a deep square leg position. They do come back for a second. And quite a comfortable 2 in the beginning. It'll be quite important for the Namibian ladies just to tick over the scoreboard in the beginning, try and make sure they don't lose any early wickets, just to build a bit of confidence going into day 2.
Exactly. Compared to the games that we played yesterday, all the teams, they failed to make use of their power play. Hoping today the teams are going to improve on that.
Been driven out to a point position. Another single. Yeah, you mentioned a very important point there. Not many teams were able to capitalize on the power play as a batting unit. Often early wickets hampering the innings. Very few innings yesterday actually getting past 100 runs, which often came down to losing those early wickets.
But I'm sure as the tournament goes on, the ladies will understand that they have to make use of their power play.
It's been hit aerially into the offside. They're looking to come back for a second. Frantic screeches of bowler, but a comfortable 2 in the end. We have found this pitch to be a little bit slower than your conventional pitches, making batting conditions quite difficult. Very few batsmen able to time the ball as they would like to.
Exactly. I've spoke to the locals and they say their pitches in the morning, they are very slow. So it's always a good option to field first in the morning.
As we speak, we see the first boundary of the morning. Really well timed into the offside by Van der Merwe. It's been crunched just over the infield and then running away to the boundary. Speaking of a little bit of a confidence boost, that's how it's done. Bringing the end to our very first over. 9 runs coming from it.
Yeah.
Real confident start there from the Namibian ladies. And we'll really be looking to kick on from that.
And now I have a bowling change. Keseko Inakale coming from the generator end. She also opened the bowling yesterday, but she was struggling a bit in her first 2 overs of a spell.
Well, and that was only day 1. We have said that the nerves might have played a factor, and Botswana having bowled first, it was real fresh into the tournament. So I'll be very curious to see what she does today. We're expecting quite a hot day today, 32 degrees if I'm not mistaken.
Well played there.
Pushed into the offside, seeming to find the middle of the bat.
I see we have a few parents there from the Namibian side.
Ball's been worked into the leg side, crashed away to the boundary, and that's the second boundary of the morning. Unfortunately, just erring on her lines, dragging it down to the leg side, and it was pulled to a square leg position, backward square leg, and yeah, really crunched away to the boundary.
Seems the Namibia side are making use of their power play.
Well, we hope they can kick on for the rest of the overs left. I mean, there's lots of time. She's gone leg side again, and it's been flicked way to the boundary. That's 2 boundaries in a row. We spoke a lot about intent yesterday, and that's brilliant batting intent so far from the Namibian ladies. They are a really strong side and played against a really good Ugandan side yesterday, so unfortunately losing that one.
Exactly, coming from a loss in yesterday's game against Uganda, I'm sure today they'll try and put a better show so that they can also get a win today.
Much better there from Inakale, just finding her line now. It'll be important to accumulate those dot balls and just stem the flow of runs.
Exactly, because in a T20 game, if you're bowling, you just have to bowl as many more dot balls as you can so that you can mount up the pressure to the batting side.
That's another dot ball. Really good comeback here. Mwatile has looked quite confident this morning, finding the middle of the bat more often than not. And yeah, Namibians will hope that it's a sign of things to come.
Yeah, but in a T20 game, you never know. It can go either way.
Just worked this one into the leg side. A little fumble from the fielder. They managed to grab a second one, do they? They do. A costly fumble there, unfortunately. That little fumble giving away an extra run. As you mentioned, it's T20 cricket. That's the last thing you want to be doing, is giving away runs.
Exactly, especially when you're fielding in the 30 yard, you just have to be on your toes all the time.
And that brings the end of the second over. Namibia 19 without loss. A real pacey start here. Botswana will look to pull this back sooner rather than later. Van der Merwe having only faced 2 balls so far, already on 6 runs.
Pako Mototsana onto a second over.
It's been cut out into the offside. Unfortunately, that's a drop catch. A real difficult catch in the end. That's brilliant fielding on the boundary to stop the 4. Frantic calls for bowler, and the batsmen have come through for 3. Wow, a lot happening in that delivery. Unfortunately, the drop catch in the cover position was really a tough one, where she found herself diving to her right, but at least getting a hand to it, and in the end preventing the boundary.
See, the Namibian batters, they're having a go on the bowlers. Botswana need a breakthrough here. They need to strike, because the more time the batters stay on the crease, the more damage that they're going to make.
It's been worked out into the
Another
leg
misfield.
side. It's another misfield. Raining boundaries so far. Umpires getting a lot of exercise in the morning here, swinging their arms from side to side. It's the fourth boundary of the morning, if I'm not mistaken.
Botswana really needs to break this partnership. Well bowled there by Paco. It's a very brilliant comeback from her.
Yeah, Botswana are just unfortunately straying on their lines at the moment. The ladies, as soon as they bowl it a bit straighter, it's a lot more difficult to score. Having said that, she just dropped that a bit short. It's been pulled into the leg side. Fielder coming around as they jog through for a second.
As a coach, what message will you be sending to your bowlers?
Well, at this point, the ladies are tearing into the bowling attack, the Namibian ladies, having just hit another boundary. Real dominant display of batting so far. I think the main thing would be to pull back a few more consistent lines. The consistency really has been lacking at this stage, with both lines and lengths, dropping it short, putting it out a bit wider, just giving the Namibian ladies a bit of freedom with their arms to swing. After 3 overs, Namibia going at over 10 to the over. A real frantic start here.
I think now, since these Namibians are kind of enjoying it, it's high time for the captain to change a game plan, maybe try and rotate your bowlers.
Yeah, look, it's still very early, but you're right. When one plan isn't working, you've got to have a plan B. Very correct there. As one ball just flying off the inside edge. I think the Namibian cricket in general is known for quite explosive batting, so it'll be very important for the Botswana ladies to work out these batswomen and just try and prevent these boundaries. A little fumble in the field as they scamper through for a single.
And I see these two, they are good between the wickets. If there's any fumble, they take on the fielders. Oh, well fielded there. As Namibia take on another single, bringing the score to 34 for no loss.
The strike rotation really impressive so far. It's a full toss that's been crunched into the offside. Ball racing away and all the way to the boundary. That's another 4 to the Namibian ladies. Unfortunately, just not using the pitch there. Bread and butter for any opening batter.
Botswana really needs to break this partnership now.
Just push to a short third man, slight little misfield, and Namibia run through for 2 more runs.
White ball signaled by the umpire. That completes the over. 5 overs gone. The score is 41 for no loss. Sorry, after 4 overs.
No.
Namibia going above 10 runs per over.
Yeah, well, we spoke about taking advantage of the power play. Going at 11 to the over so far. Can Bako stand up now? She was their key player yesterday. It's going into her 3rd over now. That breakthrough ever so vital at this stage.
She has to. They really need to break this partnership.
She's been cut out into the offside with real power. There's no getting that. What a fantastic stroke. Mwatile really showing her power hitting that she has within her.
And the way they're going seems today we're going to have the 50 partnership, the first 50 partnership in the tournament.
Oh, it's been real dominant from these two ladies. Mwatile taking the lead in this partnership, already on 37 of 20 deliveries. She's gone and played the exact same shot, and it's 3 bounces to the boundary. Consecutive boundaries, not for the first time in this innings.
Really impressive batting from her. She's just under 19. Imagine when she's going to the national side.
Oh wow, real impressive batting so far. And that also brings up 50 partnership. Ball's been worked into the leg side. Settling for the 1, for the single. Yeah, you asked me what I would do if I was Botswana at this stage. I think stemming the flow of the runs is really important, and we've seen that Mwatile especially showing real strength in the offside. So maybe putting a fielder out on the boundary there to provide a bit of cover, turning those boundaries into singles and then working their way back from there. Ball's been hit down the ground from Van der Merwe. 1 bounce and over the boundary. That's another 4. So it's coming from both ends now. Just had a real swing at that, and yeah, timing it to perfection.
The damage is being done here by the Namibian batters. The Botswana seems to have no clue on whatsoever on how to break this partnership.
I do believe that a change in bowling is probably the way forward here. Van der Merwe cutting it into the offside once again. These Namibian batswomen just finding the gap in every shot they're playing. Having a real swing at the wider delivery there. That's the 10th boundary of the morning. Ball's been cut out into the offside once again. It is raining boundaries out here today. Van der Merwe joining the party. I think she was getting bored on the other end watching Mwatile having all the fun.
And at the rate they are going today, we might expect 180.
Oh, 180 or 100% on the cards. And the batters, after the first 5 overs, calling for some water. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, but it's warm out there.
So after 5 overs, the score is 65 for no loss.
They're going at an incredible 13 runs to the over. This is what T20 cricket is about. Runs, runs, runs. I do believe that is a change in bowling now. Coming into the attack now is Hoitione Sechwane. That's a good first delivery now. Final over of the power play. Then the Botswanan team can start putting out some fielders just to stem the flow of boundaries.
I hope they will get a breakthrough from this bowler, Hosewane. She's a decent bowler, leg spinner for the Botswana side.
Ball's been cut out into the offside. This time fielder getting a hand to it. Only the one. Namibian batswomen really showing that they're quite strong in the offside.
Exactly. They're quite timing the ball very well.
They're giving that one a bit of flight. She's gone down on one knee and swept that through to the boundary. Another misfield, unfortunately. And as much as we praise the Botswanan fielding, there have been a few costly misfields so far. Just leaking runs at the moment.
Yeah, the Botswanan fielders, you can see from their body language, they're now dropping their shoulders. They really need a breakthrough. They really need to break this partnership.
And there's probably one of the best deliveries of the morning so far. Just getting Van der Merwe in 2 minds as to which shot to play, and yeah, almost inducing a much needed snick. Just straying down leg side. No wide signalled.
Batters, they're strong on the leg side.
The Namibian batsman.
Yes.
Yes.
You as a coach, what message will you be sending to the bowlers? Where should they be pitching their balls and all? Which line should they be bowling?
Well, that previous ball was exactly what I would have suggested, especially as a leg spinner, just pitching it outside on the on-off stump, forcing the batsman into a stroke, not too full, not too short, and just inducing the edge there, looping into the air and bringing an end to the power play. What a successful power play for the Namibian ladies.
Definitely, it's been, comparing to the games that we had yesterday, this is the highest score so far in the power play. 6 overs gone, 70 for no loss.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be having a change in commentary for the next six to 8 overs.
Good morning to our viewers. Karabo Motlanka here. Joining me is James Moses, looking to take you through this lovely morning of cricket we have ahead of us. Good start here by the Namibians, 70 for no loss after the power play. Bowling change from the pond end for Botswana. Priscilla Isaac coming into the attack, trying to see if they can make a breakthrough here. Swung on to the leg side, looking for 2. Only get the single. Morning, Jay. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Thanks again. As you said, it's a beautiful morning. Namibia is on fire. Let's hope that Botswana can get a quick breakthrough here. That ball was stuck through extra cover. It seems like Namibia seems to have things under the go here, Maklanga.
Yeah. It looks like the Botswana ladies now struggling a little bit to keep things together. The older heads in the change room there could just calm down the others, tell them to remember their basics, try pull the score back a little bit, try and get a breakthrough.
Yeah, just speaking about basics, that was a while ago. I think the plot here, they have to get to one side of the wicket and start from there. Maybe I was after a fast start in the first 6 overs. So we need to come up with a plan here. Botswana. That was crushed again on the offside. It seems like they're going to get a pretty easy 2 here. Botswana is in the disarray, Karabo.
Yeah, I think what's probably put them off, the difference between their opposition yesterday and who they faced this morning. The Namibians have been very strong on the offside. I think we've seen a lot of offside boundaries this morning. Whereas yesterday, I felt with the Sierra Leone game, a lot of the boundaries tended to come on the leg side. So it's probably put off their game a little bit. They probably thought if you bowl one side of the wicket, we'll be okay. But seeing the strength of the Namibian batters through the offside, especially Mekealim Moatile, she has really punished them through that offside and maybe put the Botswana plans under the pump.
Yeah, I understand Namibia lost yesterday also, so maybe the mindset today was a bit different. Coming out on the front foot, trying to stump that authority against Botswana, because Botswana had a win yesterday as well.
Yeah,
there was a quick single took there by the opening batsman.
Yeah, being one of the favoured countries in this tournament, I'm sure the loss yesterday would have hurt the Namibians, and they would have wanted to come out today and really show what they're made of. And it looks like they've regrouped and replanned, and things are going well for them at the moment.
Yeah, the batsman seems to be in zinc this morning. I don't know what the mindset with Botswana after the first over. Maybe, as you said, they need a senior player to calm things down a bit. Maybe a message is coming in now to see if there's something could be done to stem the flow of runs here.
Yeah, at the end of the 7th over, score 78 for no loss. Namibia would be liking the position that they're in at the moment. And for the remainder of the innings, I'm sure they would like to capitalize and keep the scoring rate up. Continuing with the second over. Huitione Setswane with the leg spinners. I think she had a decent first over. She'll be looking to get the breakthrough here.
First ball was a wide. Do you think Botswana have a hangover from yesterday after that close victory?
Yeah, I think such cricket games tend to take the emotions out of you a little bit and leave you a bit drained, especially it being your first international match, wanting the win so bad. Being young cricketers, skill that you have to learn is there's always a next game, there's always a next day, and as much as you did yesterday, you have to move on and face the new challenge.
Yes, but today is definitely a challenge. Let's see what happened in this over. This over seems to be a bit quiet.
Oh, she's found a range there, bowling a good ball outside of stump. Again, Mwatile looking for that cover region that has brought us so many runs so far. She ticks it over, putting pressure on the fielder, but they only get the single, moving her to 46. Looking for the first 50 we are of this tournament so far. I think she's batted well and she deserves it.
Yeah, the mindset was off the chart. First ball this morning.
Van der Merwe there chasing a wide one, putting pressure on the middle fielder and scampering through for a single again.
But this over is not too bad, Karabo. Just get a few singles and the wide. I think Botswana can start from there.
Yeah, definitely. Ichone is definitely finding her range now. As long as Botswana can keep the boundary count down, I think that's what's really done for them in the first 6 overs.
I was talking about that.
That's
a wicket for Botswana.
The pressure she's built up during the over has finally given fruit, and Botswana have their first wicket. They'll be happy. Unfortunately, she doesn't make it to her 50. Good innings nonetheless. Mwatile has played a brilliant lock this morning, has entertained us, and it's unfortunately come to an end.
Yes, well, I think this is the stem that Botswana needed. I think they can regroup now. Well, I hope that the bowlers have learned something in the first 6 overs and they can move on from there, Karabo.
Yes. As I was saying just before the wicket fell, we didn't have a boundary for a little bit before that, and that's what it's all about. It's about building the pressure, dot balls. From the position that Namibia are in, you wouldn't mind them taking those singles, just keeping the boundaries down, and this over has not costed any boundaries, and she's got her reward for her tight bowling.
Yes, but I think the pass score is out of the window now. After such a start. Score.
Adele Sail at the wicket, facing her first ball. Just strays down leg with the one. Botswana will be looking to put pressure on the new batsman here. Jay, I think it's very important for them if they're going to capitalize on that first wicket.
Yeah, they just need to be a little bit more consistent. Our balls are played in the leg side. Seems like it's good over here, except for the 3 wides.
Yeah, the end of that over, 83 for 1. Botswana have picked up their first wicket. Might see them have an extra spring in their step now to try and bring this Namibia run rate down.
They need to.
And Namibia will be looking to capitalize on that first partnership and really drive home and keep putting pressure on the Botswana bowlers.
In cricket, sometimes we speak about assessment. What do you think the assessment will be now going forward, in sense of what Botswana will look to restrict them to?
I think so far in the tournament it's been a bit difficult to tell. We've had quite a range of scores. Seeing Botswana yesterday chasing the first three-figure score, chasing 100. I think they wouldn't want the Namibians to get too far over the 100 mark, but the way the Namibians are going, we'll be looking at a score of 150 plus. But obviously it all depends. Games change very quickly, as we saw yesterday afternoon, and momentum can shift. This is T20 cricket and that can happen very quickly, but the Namibians are looking very confident. It's in the air, just past the middle fielder, and another boundary. Van Sail continuing from where she left off with her partnership with Mwatile. And she looks like she's going to keep it rolling.
Yeah, I think the message was yeah, she should continue to put pressures on now.
What have you thought of the approach of the Namibian batsmen? They look like they've really thought about their game plans.
And that was hit in the air. And that's another boundary again. I think because Namibia had a close loss yesterday. They came this morning trying to stamp their authority. And I think also that Namibia is one of the top teams in the competition, and losing that close game yesterday, they need to get back on track.
Yep. Angela van der Merwe here looking to keep up the positive approach. She's moved on to 39 from her 20 balls. She's really peppering the offside here. Picks up a single out to the sweeper on the offside.
Well, if they could only just keep the boundaries down for a couple of over, I think Botswana could probably try to get back into this game.
Yeah, it's very important. Those loose deliveries really release the pressure on the Namibians. With Adele van Zyl on strike here, they'll really be looking to put her under pressure. She's new to the wicket. Try and get another breakthrough. And as you know in cricket, one can bring two, can bring three.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that was another misfield here by Botswana. It seems like they're just losing the composure a little bit. They need to settle down.
Well bowled outside the off stump there. Priscilla Isaac, after those two boundaries, closing out the over with a dot ball. Namibia move on to 92 for 1 after 9. Still at a rate of about 10 runs on over.
Yeah, I hope that is not psychological. From a bottom point of view, as you said, every ball is an event. They just have to take it ball by ball for now and get the basics down, Karabo.
Yes, only one ball happens at a time, and you can only deal with that ball at a time. And that's the best way to think about it. Remember your basics every ball, and that's something that these young ladies will be trying to really get into their game as they grow in the sport.
Does Botswana have any bowlers that basically can hit the wicket in the sense of a little bit more pace? Maybe that's what they needed a little bit in order to stem the flow here.
From what I saw yesterday, they don't really have that bowler that comes through the wicket like that. Which chance? Oh, drop short of the bowler. From what we've seen, they have a lot of medium pace. So if they get it loose, the Namibians have found it easier to put those balls away. So it all lies in their discipline. I think that's a very good delivery there. She's found a line there. If she can stick to that, she'll put a bit of pressure on the new batsman.
Yeah, she was one of the bowler that was very consistent yesterday against Sierra Leone.
She has done well.
That was shot. It's in the air. There's a chance here. Oh! I don't think that was a valued effort by the fielder. And long on. She could make a better effort of that, Karabo.
Yeah, she seemed to just let it bounce in front of her. That's the Sept batsman there, Angela van der Merwe. And that would have been a big wicket for Botswana to have two new batters at the crease.
Yeah, the teams seems like they've been struggling with the extras. It seems like extras were second top score for the opening day yesterday.
Yeah, these young girls, with the limited experience they have, they they will be looking at that. I'm sure the coaches will be letting them know. That's an edge, 4 short of the slip fielder. I think that's the area that she'll be looking to bowl with on.
Yeah, but on the whole, I think they'll gather that experience from game time, Karabo.
Swung on to the leg side by Mandamova. Deep wicket fielder, slight fumble, allows the Namibian batters to come through for 2. She's moving along nicely here, Mandamova. We've seen a slower start from her than her opening partner, but she's grown into it, and now she's keeping it ticking over.
Yeah, the Namibian seems to want to set an example here for Botswana.
Yes, like I mentioned earlier, the defeat to Uganda yesterday, I'm sure would have hurt. They would have been coming here wanting to win every game, and this is a chance for them to really announce themselves here in Gaborone.
Yeah, Botswana seems a little bit flat also this morning. Ooh, is that a drop?
From the reaction of the fielders, there might have been something on that, but that's a dot ball to end the over.
Yeah, that was a Prison Region double over. Where we at now, Karabo? We're still on the topic. What do you think Botswana can do better for the next two or three overs?
From what I've seen from them this morning, a lot of the Namibian runs have come from your slight misfields. Maybe balls that have been hit into the outfield that should be 1 being turned into 2s, and sometimes that we've seen them even turn into boundaries. I think if they can just tighten up on the field, again tighten up with their bowling lines and lengths, they still might be able to hold this Namibian batting lineup back.
There was a rap in the pad there. I think that was going down leg. It's a good start to the over.
Yep, Van Zyl looking to get off strike here. Off the mark. She manages to swing it onto the leg side. Deep mid-wicket fielder, and it beats her. It's gone for 4 again.
Yeah, just as you were saying, where they were supposed to be 1 or 2s, it seems like they're giving the boundaries.
Yes, indeed, and that's what's creating big problems for Botswana. Really making it difficult for the bowlers to apply pressure. And we're seeing a lot of fielding swaps, and maybe Botswana feel like their better fielders should be in certain positions, but makes it difficult when swapping ends for your better fielders to be running around so much the field.
Oh, that was a good field.
All picked up there by Inakale at long off, setting an example for the rest of the team. I'm sure they'll be trying to build on that.
Yeah, well, there have to be a team coordination here. You're bowling short balls. You can't expect the fielders to stop some of those.
Played through the offside again. Beats the fielder, another boundary. Now we are really moving and putting the pressure on here. Mandamova moving on to 47.
And Namibia is on fire here. I think Botswana will be chasing a massive score today, probably 150, 160.
Well, at the rate they're going, I think we might be seeing a bit more, Mr. Moses.
That's not a good sign for Botswana.
That's well done by Priscilla Isaac. I'm sure she'll be trying to bowl, repeat that ball, as it has brought her a dot ball.
There was a slight stop there. Oh, there is a misfield. And what was maybe a single turned to an easy 2 there.
Yes, the problems compounding there for Botswana. Namibians running well between the wickets. Bringing Van der Merwe 249, one within a 50.
We need someone in the Botswana team to try to spur them along. As we said, make some noise. Need some strong encouragement here, Karabo.
Yes, from what we saw yesterday, Paco is a big character within that dressing room. Maybe she should get a bit louder, try and encourage her teammates, try and get them a bit more G'd up. It can be rough there on the cricket field, as you know, Mr. Moses.
Yeah. We've been through a couple of hundreds of games, probably. Oh, that's a good start again. That's one of Botswana better bowlers in this tournament for the last 2 games so far.
Yes, it's interesting to see that Sept is actually bowling her last over. She's been one of the better bowlers, as you say, for Botswana in the tournament. And the captain deciding to use her right through. Another good ball there.
Karabo, you as a captain, let's say you're the Botswana team, what adjustment would you make here now to try to put a stem to these runs?
It can be very difficult as a captain when the lines and lengths of the bowlers are not quite on the mark. The fielding is also struggling a little bit. The loose ball every now and then. It makes it difficult to keep your plans together. And I can only hope Aisha is trying to keep her teammates encouraged. I think that's the important thing. Do not let the heads drop, because from there things can only get worse.
That's a next easy single on the leg side there. I think playing for your country is not too much pressure at Karabo, and playing at home also.
Well, when you talk of pressure, playing in your national shirt, as much as it brings pride, sometimes it brings difficult moments, and that's swung onto the leg side for a single, and that brings Angela van der Merwe a 50, her first 50 we've seen at these qualifiers. Very well batted. It's good to see.
Yeah, from as you can hear, the teammates are congratulating her on the first 50. I think it's the first 50 of the tournament.
Yes, very well batted. Her and her opening partner really put Botswana bowlers to the sword early in the power play, and she's batted well. She's played lovely shots. Her shot selection has been good application, and she'll be thinking big. She should be thinking big. This is a good opportunity for her to keep going and get a real big score here and bat Botswana out of the game.
Yeah, I can't even remember. There's a change of bowler here. It will be Marapella from the Dokpan end. Well, Marapella seems like she had a little bit more oomph in the bowl, and this is what I was talking about earlier. If Botswana could find someone just to hit the wicket, don't have to be too fast, just to change the pace a bit.
Yeah, she's had a good start there, 2 dots. With the score on 112 for 1 after 12.2 overs. Marapella has been brought into a new spell, and I'm sure her goal would be to help her teammates out and get another breakthrough. A decent start to the over here. As you said, one ball at a time. If she can just keep stringing these dots and ones up, she might force a 4-stroke from the Namibians.
Alright, no, she just needs some support from the fielders now.
Fonseca swinging it away to the deep mid-wicket. Another single. Now we're seeing the Botswana fielders picking the ball up a bit cleaner, keeping those outfield balls to only ones. Decent over here from Rapela. So far.
Yeah. Well, yesterday the heat was a factor here yesterday. For some of the players. And there was a ranking full toss there. Struck at backward square, and that's another boundary. Karaba, we were just talking about the first 3 balls. Good singles, and the fielder seems to be supporting the bowlers. Now the bowler seems to be off track now.
Yes, and that's a problem that I'm sure Mirapolo will be looking to fix. Having built the pressure, and then the loose ball coming. It will be disappointing, but she has to get back on it. And that's exactly what she does. That's the end of the 13th over. Namibia on 118 for 1.
Yeah, I think the bowlers just need to, when they get back to the mark, just take a little time and have a little concentration on what they need to do, ball by ball. I think we'll be having a bowler change from the generator end. I think the best bowler from yesterday, Paco, a very intense player. I think she already bowled 3 overs.
3 for 42.
Oh, her first 3 overs was 42 runs. Oh, they decide to make another change. Paco turned over the ball to Katlego.
Katlego Mpuang coming in for first over. There's a change of mind there. They wanted to bring Paco in, but captain had other ideas. Oh, again we see a misfield in the field from Botswana. And Katlego's first ball is a wide +1. The captain Aisha there should be leading by example.
The X's are not helping here.
Yeah.
With the start that Namibia had.
Oh, Aisha beaten by the spin there. As you know, in cricket, that can make you look out of place.
Yeah, very foolish. You have to be aware of the spin off the bat, and you can't attack it before the ball drops.
Yeah, we've seen it happen even in the highest of levels of cricket. Fielders sometimes getting beaten by the spin. Full toss down leg going towards fine leg. Well done there by the fine leg fielder. Keeps it down to 1.
The game yesterday, the batsman seems to be hitting the ball to the boundary, but the ball wasn't traveling as fast as Namibia was hitting it.
Yeah, it was really flying off those bats. I'd really like to know where they got their bat supply from.
How do you think they're just a bit stronger?
I believe it's part of the reason. Timing has been good on some of the shots. I don't think they've thrown their bat around. I believe they've just been very assertive in how they've played their shots. With yesterday afternoon's match, Botswana's Paco found success actually trying to hit the ball a bit harder. and it looks like it actually might be the way to go with the format being T20. I think we'll do well to encourage our young girls to actually be positive and go at the ball.
Yeah, I think that was Namibia game planned from ball one, was to take the fight to Botswana this morning.
He's walking at the bowler. Just hits it into the leg side and scampers through for one. Van Zyl here settling into her innings. 11 of 14. I'm sure now she'll be looking to pick it up with 9 wickets still in hand. Hit into the leg side towards deep mid wicket, and well done on the boundary. They're keeping it down to 1, and a good throw over the stumps. That's more of what Botswana would like to see.
In spite of the boundaries, Namibian batsmen are still staying busy, still picking up the ones.
Full toss down the leg side, swung away towards deep square leg. Again, body behind the ball from the Botswana fielder. That's more of what they'd want to see.
You can hear some encouragement coming from the Botswana camp. I think that's what they need. They should have done that 5 overs ago.
That's the end of the 14th, 127 for 1. Yes, Mr. Moses, I think the easiest way as a fielding team, or the team that is on the field at the moment, to get some spirit back, is to see those commitments on the field and to see those boundaries being stopped. Those ones being cut down and things like that can really get the momentum back with the fielding team and put that pressure on the batting team, forcing them to maybe do something out of the ordinary. And that's maybe what Botswana should be trying to do.
Yeah, well, we need a lift, and maybe that lift should come from the fielder, because Botswana seems a bit flat now. But let's hope they can pick it up.
Let's hit down hard towards mid-on and scampered through for 1 again. What we're seeing from Fancelia is she's walking at the bowlers. I think trying to see if she can increase the scoring rate again. It has dropped a little bit from the heights it was above 10s earlier in the innings. Another fumble sees them come back for 2 again. They're going at 9s to the over now. Botswana will be trying to put a bit more pressure again, get it back down towards the 8s.
Yeah, they need to do that. It's a small little thing I noticed. I realized the batsmen are hitting the fielders. I don't know if it's the field set or the batsman is just hitting the fielders by accident.
And cut away past point. Challenge the super fielder. We've seen very well done on the boundary there. Keeping it down to 1. That's more of what we want to see from Botswana.
As I said, we need a lift here, and it seems like we are getting it from the fielder, from the what we call deep cover there. So that ball, that was a point of goal there, Karabo.
Yes, dot balls. That's what builds pressure in T20 cricket. And they're like gold, especially the way the Namibians have been going. They'll be celebrated like wickets.
That would hit again straight to the fielder. And there was a single for the Namibians. The score is moving along quite briskly, Karabo.
Yes, 132 for 1 here. Last ball of the 15th. They look to be trying to push the accelerator. So, flayed over cover there. Wonderful shot there by Van der Merwe. She's batting beautifully.
and that's the end of the over. I think we need to get a recap here. This morning, Botswana won the toss and chose to field. So far, that is not paying off, Karabo.
Yes, we've seen two 50-plus partnerships now. This is the second one for Namibia. I think after losing that first wicket, this is exactly what they would have wanted. Keeping Botswana on the back foot. Building partnerships, as you know, is very important in cricket. And to have two 50-plus partnerships to start off the match, I think Namibia in command.
So what do you think that the mindset was at the toss? Do you think Botswana is a chasing team? That's why they preferred to bowl first this morning?
Could be. Maybe having had success chasing yesterday, they believe that that's the best route to go. As you know, the wicket here in the morning could be a little bit slow, and then picks up a bit of pace as the day goes, and the sun really gets on it. It could be purely tactical, as you say. But today they'll have their work cut out for them. It will be a slightly bigger chase.
Yeah. But as you say, it's cricket. Anything could happen. Oh, that was a misfield there again. Botswana is not helping themselves here at all. I think we have a stem in. We had a stem in runs just a couple of overs ago, and Namibia seems to get back at it again now.
Yes, Botswana not helping themselves there again. Ball that probably would have been 1 or 2 runs, eventually going for 4. It's a theme we've seen throughout the innings. And then backed up by a wide delivery. Just need to keep it together here, Botswana, for the last 5 overs. Maybe take this as a separate game in itself and try to really, really do themselves some good.
But I think sometimes we have to take it the way it is.
It's gone high in the air.
It's got high in the air. Is anyone going to get onto that? Oh, dropped amount 4 fielders there. I think that was a bit lucky by the Namibian batsman.
Either lucky or well placed.
Well placed. And as I was saying early on, maybe we just have to look at it the way it is. Namibian came out and they take charge of the game.
Very true. The approach was very good to see this morning from a batting perspective, and they're reaping the rewards now of their approach this morning. It's gone high
in the air again. There's a chance here, and it drops in the middle of 3 fielders. Maybe it's well placed again now.
As I said, Van der Merwe has been in for a while. Maybe she's noticed the gap in the field there, picking it out twice in a row.
All right, for the 3rd time, now it's between 2 fielders. Well placed again.
This is some skill she's showing. Scampered through for 1. She moves on to 68 from 44. Being the anchor of the Nigerian innings.
Yeah, she's moving on pretty nicely. Putting Namibia in a very commanding position here. Oh, that was back to the bowlers. I think I have some experience of some of those. They don't look as easy. They don't come as easy as they look, Karabo.
Yes. So hit quite firmly back to the bowler there. I think she'll be glad to just get something behind it.
Oh, that was a wayward wide down the leg side.
So it's been called no ball by the umpire. I think maybe her hand is still hurting from the ball before.
Yes, possibly.
Yeah. Okay, free hit here. Vancelu's going along just under a runner ball. I'm sure we'll be trying to put this one for a maximum.
Oh, that was a good field. She managed to hit a fielder here with that extra ball.
I'm sure Vancelu will be a bit disappointed getting that full toss on the leg side and managing to find the one fielder behind square on the leg side.
Knowing that she could hit that almost any place, and it was a free hit also.
That's 16 overs gone, 147 for 1. What do you think the score the Namibians will be looking at with 4 overs left, 147 on the board, 9 wickets in hand? What do you think they'll be looking?
In excess of 180. 200 would be nice. We all know those round figures are psychological. They could even kill a team before they start. So let's hope that the Botswana could keep them on the 170, 175. And there was a missed field again, a short mid-wicket by the Botswana team.
Merapelo continuing here for a third over.
Yeah, for the last 4 overs, Botswana have to see what they can gain. They have to play the last 4 overs as the beginning of the game now. Saying how much can we give them, how much can we stop in the last 4 overs of the game.
Yes, I think tactically there comes a point in these T20 games where you have to realize the other team is on top, and you go a bit more defensive in terms of your plans. You look at where you can restrict the damage, do a bit of damage control. And I think that's something that the Botswana captain Aisha would be thinking about, or at least be reminded about by her coach.
Yeah, by maybe putting extra fielder on the offside or the leg side and bowl according to. Oh! Out of nothing, Karabo. Out of nothing. I think this was the least expected of all of us here. And there was a wicket.
Yes, Marapolo gets the breakthrough for our captain. Fansel trying hard to increase the scoring rate and get that score up. Gets bowled by Marapolo for 21.
For all the viewers who are just chiming in, I think you should get a good view of what's going on here. This morning, Botswana won the toss against Namibia and chose to field. So far, it's not going too well for Botswana. Namibia was on the front foot first ball this morning. Let's hope that Botswana can probably get something from this last 3 overs. Something to go into the changing room from to start to work from on the batting innings.
New batsman to the crease, Hertha Kaukungwa. With the score on 149 for 2. Maybe she's the big hitter Namibia have sent out to try and maximize these last overs. I'm sure she'll be delighted with her wicket there, Merapelo. With the 2.3 overs going for 17 with the 1 wicket.
Well, we know what happened after a wicket. That should lift the fielding team now, just a bit. We're not seeing any encouragement here so far. Botswana is still a bit flat. But I think they should just try to sneak in a little bit on the new batsman here. Try to give most of the strike. Just saying that there was a full toss that would hit backward of square for another boundary. And yes. Namibia is on it again.
Kaukungwa getting off the mark there with a boundary on the leg side, and that brings the 150 up for Namibia. 153 for 2, the current score, with 19 balls to play. Maybe Kaukungwa is the extra oomph Namibia need in these last 3 overs.
And what do you think Namibia is looking at? from the batting point of view, and what do you think Botswana is thinking? How much runs they can restrict them to?
Well driven down the ground. Middle fielder comes
Straight
around and
on,
beats
she didn't
on the
manage to
boundary.
stop
Good
that.
effort there. Brilliant shot there from Kaukungwa. As you said, she might be the one to really get the score going now for Namibia. Brilliant shot over the mid-off area.
Parker seems to be down. Doesn't seem like she's getting up in a hurry. Seems like she's in a lot of pain here. That doesn't look too good for Botswana, since that was the star player from yesterday.
The valiant effort on the boundary there seems to have done some damage to Pako's knee. She's a 100% cricketer, you can call. She shows a lot of fight, gives her all. You can hear her sometimes bellowing at her teammates, but hopefully she'll be okay. She can maybe
let's
jog
hope.
it off.
Let's hope for Botswana's sake, she'll be fine. She's been helped to her feet there. Yeah, back to procedures here now.
Vandamava taking a single, getting Kaukunga on strike. She's looked to up the rate again, coming to the crease, facing Katlego. And the umpire decides not to give that on a wide, as Kaukunga had just stepped on to the offside, trying to hit that away on the leg side area.
Well, that one seems like a wide to me, unless it touches something.
Well fielded there by the point fielder. Doing well to stop the ball going behind her. So big 3 overs here for Botswana. They can walk off the field with some positives if they can finish well.
Yeah,
Big
Botswana really needs something to inspire them in the last 3 overs. It's something that at least they could take off the field to start their innings. And I think they maybe will be thinking not to give them that, to let they get their heads down as
And she's bolder.
and she's bowling again. Something from nothing. All of a sudden, Botswana managed 2 in 2 wickets now. 2 overs in 2 wickets now. 2 wickets in 2 overs now.
That brings the end of a fantastic innings from Adele Van Zyl. 70 of 48. Fantastic innings. We've seen a wonderful array of shots from her this morning. And she walked off the field with her head held high. Highest score of the tournament so far. Well belted, Adele. Brings to the crease Kaylee van Wyk. Maybe another accelerator in the Namibian lineup, looking to make use of these last 13 balls.
I don't think they'll be thinking any different. Just to push the score along.
I think Katlego's done well in the circumstances here. Having bowled 3 overs, this is the end of her 3rd over. 1 for 23 with the Namibians, 160 for 3 after 18. As I was saying, I think Qatar has actually done well in this spell, going for about 7s. 7 and a bit per over. In the circumstances, I think she'll be happy with their work today. Welcoming Tando back to the commentary box, replacing Mr. Moses.
Morning, Karao.
Morning, Tando. What have you made of the game so far?
Yeah, I think the damage has been done by the Namibian batters. They've made use of their power play and they kept the scoreboard ticking. And the running between the wickets was exceptional.
Yes, I believe they've been helped out a little bit sometimes by the Botswana fielders. We've seen a few misfields, a few balls on the boundaries that could have been 1 or 2 passing through the fielders and going for 4. And I think that's due to the Namibians and how they've batted and applied pressure, to be honest.
So bowling for Botswana, it's Mirapelo coming from the top court end.
Kakunga using her feet and chipping it over the cover fielder. Running hard by the Namibians, then they get back for 2. It's been a real feature of the Namibian innings, this running between the wickets.
So far this has been the highest total in the tournament.
I think Kakunga got an inside edge on that one. Managed to get through for 1. Yes, this is the highest score we've seen in the tournament so far. The Namibians really seem to have woken up on the right side of the bed today.
Having lost the game against Uganda, I'm sure they went back to the drawing board.
I think what's impressed me the most is the shot selection and how they've managed to score runs all around the field. When the bowlers have strayed on the offside, they've been able to punish. When they've strayed on the leg side, they've been able to punish.
Exactly, seems they were taking on all the bowlers who have bowled today for Botswana. And
Hit
that's a
very
big
hard.
positive. And the 4 runs there from Namibia, bringing the score to 169.
So hit very hard through the offside there, making it very difficult for the fielder on the boundary to get her hands on it.
Exactly as I predicted earlier on. Seems Namibia aiming for a target 180 plus.
Well, with 9 balls left, I'm sure they'll be looking at that and thinking they can make it.
It's a dot ball there.
In a situation like this, these dot balls are gold. Mirapelo here in the last couple of balls of a spell, looking to maybe make a breakthrough here, try and slow down the Namibians.
They really have to if they want to stay in the game. And it's a drop cage there. Easy 2 runs taken by the Namibian batters.
Unfortunate drop catch there. I'm sure Mirapelo, with all her efforts today, would have been wanting a second wicket to take home.
There's a wide ball signaled by the umpire. What do you think will be going on in the Botswana coach's mind right now at this stage?
I think he'll be disappointed with probably how the fielding has gone. I think he'll be wishing his team had done a bit better. He'll I think he'll be encouraging of the girl still. This is the first big test, and she gets her second wicket there, Mirapelo. She deserved it. Last over starting here. Katlego finishing off her spell. It's in the air towards the covers. Oh, just misses out on a cotton ball chance there. The batsman scampered through for one, and Rwanda Fury now on strike to face the first ball, looking to capitalize on the last over. Swung away on the leg side, straight to the square leg boundary. That's a good start there from Jorinda.
She's off the mark with the boundary that shows the intent that she has.
Yes, I believe the Namibians now will be trying to maximize on every ball. 177 now on the board with 4 balls to go. How big can they get it?
Wide ball signaled by the umpire. I think the Botswana bowlers today, they were lacking consistency in their bowling. They were bowling everywhere.
Yes, from what I've seen, they're bowling both sides of the wickets. We saw Namibia hitting boundaries offside and leg side.
Too many loose balls. All fielder there by the boundary fielder for Botswana.
Just keeping it down to 1, but bringing Kaukungwa back on strike, who's put some impetus back in the innings for Namibia. Swung again into the leg side boundary. Kaukungwa really doing a good job here of the acceleration part of the Namibia innings.
Seems every batter coming in for Namibia is contributing something for the team.
Yes, being in a commanding position, I think they can only try and take advantage of it. Kaukungwa here striking at almost 200, really doing a good job in the middle order of Namibia.
Every batter from Namibia seems to have taken responsibility.
Scampering again from the Namibians, making 2 runs from that ball that's gone to the long off. Last ball here for Katlego. I wonder what area she's thinking of hitting. Kaukungwa really looking good out there. She'll be looking for a maximum. And it's gone for 6. First 6 of the boundary, first 6 of the innings. We see it on the last ball. And Kaukungwa has done an amazing job here at the back end for Namibia. And that finishes the Namibia innings. Score 191 for 4. Target for Botswana will be 192. Very big score. I'm sure the Namibians will be proud. having suffered defeat yesterday, this is the perfect start to the game for them this morning. An innings that was held together by a 70 from Van der Merwe and carried through by Kaukuma in the end, accelerating well to the big score of 192, the biggest score we've seen in the tournament so far.
So earlier on, Botswana won the toss and elected to field first. Namibia putting on a brilliant score on the board of 191. Top scoring for Namibia was Maria with 91, then Mikelai on 75. So the target for Botswana is going to be 192. See you on the other side.
Welcome back to the BCA Oval 1, where Botswana have a mammoth total to chase of 192 set by the Namibian team. Opening the bowling here for Namibia and Benjamin. Opening batsman for Botswana there, Huicho Nesitwani, giving away a chance at the first ball there to the cover fielder, diving forward, just doesn't manage to keep her hands on it. And facing on the other end, Marapelo. Joining me in the commentary box is Florence Samanyika, member of the Botswana national women's team.
Morning, Karava.
Top ball there from Naomi Benjamin, opening bowler for Namibia here. Already we can see the Namibian opening bowler with a little bit more pace than the Botswana were giving them.
Botswana is looking really relaxed, although they have a very big score to chase. Every dot ball counts here. They'll need at least 4 to 5 boundaries per over to try and get to the score that Namibia has put up forth for them.
Yes, it's a very big score that the Botswana batters are looking at. What do you think the approach they should take should be?
At this point, like I said, Botswana really needs those boundaries to try and cover up at least half of the total before the end of the first batting power play. So those boundaries are very crucial, and we are not seeing anything like that at the moment. Namibia is really doing their best to defend the big score that they put on the board.
Yes, immediately we can see some positivity there from Merapelo Piase, attacking that ball on the offside, and a loud call of yes, calling her partner through for a quick single. Some positivity. I think these two started well yesterday actually, before the mix-up and direct hit that saw the end of Merapelo, sorry.
A little bit of miscommunication there, and they fail to get that single.
Yes, having seen how their partnership ended yesterday after a good start, I think it's something that they should be very wary of. 2 runs from the first over.
Namibia very aggressive and looking very confident.
Who wouldn't be confident with 191 on the board? They've earned the right to really be bouncing around the field as they are. And opening the bowling for Namibia from the generator end, Nguali coming in for a first over. She's going to be running into Merapelo Piase. Sorry, to be Tuadeleni from the generator end with the new ball for Namibia.
Merapela taking her time there to check out the field, see where she can get her quick singles and those twos.
Little bit of shape away from Tuadeleni. There's a little bit of breeze blowing from left to right as you look at the screen, assisting her with getting that little bit of away shape. Very well bowled. Very impressive action she has. I'm sure she'll be looking to hit that area more often than not.
You know, as for Botswana, those balls that tend to track a little bit outside of Botswana seems to be struggling with those. Quite evident from yesterday's game as well. Anything a little bit out of the off stump is a difficult reach for them.
So dot ball. It's a good start to the over here from Saimatua-Deleni. Yes, I think you're right. And that was a feature that I saw from the Namibians this morning. Whenever there was something on the offside, they didn't seem to be out of ideas. They got quite a few of their boundaries actually on the offside. Good consistent start here from Saimatua-Deleni.
Botswana not knowing what to do at this rate. The Namibian team seems to have them in the palm of their hands.
Yes, Saimatua-Deleni there, keeping to a line and length, making it difficult for the Botswana batters to get anything off. Driven into the point area and another dot ball to finish the over there. It's a maiden over from Saimatua-Deleni. Very good start from her. And Namibians will be bouncing around the field.
You know, maiden overs are very, very crucial in a T20 game. They put a lot of pressure on the batsmen and they tend to make mistakes to compensate for that maiden over.
Yes, that's very true. Dot balls are gold in T20 cricket. And seeing how the Namibians have started here with a big score of 192 to chase for Botswana. Already looking like a hill to climb.
The highest score of the series so far. Namibia setting a tone for the other teams as well.
Just missed out on a short one down the leg side, but the umpire calls it wide anyway.
A half tracker there. When Botswana was bowling these half trackers to Namibia, Namibia was not giving them any chance, sending it all the way to the boundary faster than the fielder can get to it.
Yes, very true. It will be very important for Botswana to put away any loose bowling that they get if they're going to chase the score down. Another good strong drive there. Unfortunately hits the fielder. Botswana struggling to get the ball out of the 30-yard circle here. Setswane looking positive though. I'm sure she'll be looking to pick out the gaps. Oh, and she's bolder. Looking for the gaps on the leg side. And Setswane misses a straight ball. That's the first wicket there for Naima Benjamin. And Namibians still keeping their foot down on the Botswana team.
Yeah, and Benjamin has been very consistent with her balls, and every ball that she's bowling, if the batsman tries to attempt to it, only two positions that those balls have been going to, cover and extra cover. That is what we call consistency of a bowler here.
Yes, and with the Namibians offside field that is set, she was looking to take advantage of the gaps on the leg side, but unfortunately didn't make contact.
Adele definitely advised her players very well after losing to Uganda yesterday, making very, very strong remarks to Botswana right now.
And new to the crease for Botswana is Katlego Mpuang, looking to face the heat here that is being served up by Naomi Benjamin. And a quick single taken there. And Botswana just managed to get through. And again, not just the boundaries, but what we saw from Namibia was very good running between the wickets. And I'm sure it will be something that the Botswana ladies will be trying to emulate if they're going to try and get close to the total. Excellent lines and lengths there shown by Naomi Benjamin, really settling into her spell here. That channel just outside of stump, challenging the Botswana batters.
And that is a no-go area that Botswana batter seems to be struggling with.
Yes, you did mention that they don't seem to have too many scoring options when the ball is in that area. Oh, inside edge, just misses the leg stump. Field that fine leg, valiant effort. However, Botswana get their first boundary, moving the score on to 7. However they come, Botswana will take them. It's a mountain to climb here.
Indeed, they have a very long way to go, but Namibia doesn't seem to be troubled by that.
Yes, that was more of an instance of batsman's luck rather than a fantastic shot. It's 4 in the scorebook.
The Botswana batter seems to have a little flick at the end with those shots. Those shots at the front.
Very risky. But that brings an end to the third over. Botswana on 8 for 1.
Katlago to take strike in the coming over. Katlago did pretty well with the bowling for Botswana. When things were looking a little bit dead in the middle there, Namibia cruising, taking a couple of wickets and getting the team back into the game a little bit.
Yes, she'll be looking to use that confidence that she might have gained from her bowling to apply it in her batting. The big difference we're seeing here with the Botswana start and the Namibia start is the use of the power play. Obviously there's only 2 fielders outside the 30 yard, and Namibians managed to take advantage of that, but so far Botswana starting off a bit slower, quite a bit slower.
And Namibia was definitely making use of those short of a length balls, sending them to the boundary.
Through the keeper's legs, running away, and that will be 4 byes. And as you said, Botswana will take them anyhow. There's a mountain to climb and you need any help you can get. But still a good delivery there from Tuadeleni. She's still yet to be scored off on the bat. Another dot ball as she keeps stringing them up. I must say I've been very impressed with how she's bowled.
Definitely, Botswana not really looking to take any chances, not looking for any singles to at least get the pressure off the back. Pretty stagnant if you ask me, not moving at all.
Yes, and I think the Namibian fielders are in tight. Maybe a tactic the Botswana batsmen can adopt with that line outside of stump that Tuadeleni has been sticking to. They can try and maybe hit through or go over if they can find the power in their shots.
Namibia's offside is very, very solid. The only option that Botswana might be having right now is going over the players.
Yes, going over them or finding the power to hit through them. They are quite in tight there on the offside for Namibia, looking to stop any singles, and I think they're doing a good job of building pressure on the Botswana batters. Still no run scored here from Tua Delaney's bowling. She's doing quite a job for her captain here. When she sticks to her lines and lengths like this, it makes it very easy for the captain to set fields.
A nice save there at mid-wicket. Only giving Botswana a single. You know, and these were the problems with Botswana. They were really not making those efforts when they were fielding to try and save those boundaries, letting them pass through them. You know, it's very important when you're in the boundary to, you know, slide your way through to try and save those 3 runs or 2 runs. But Botswana was just giving it away so easily. And that brings the end of the 4th over. Botswana only managing 13 on the board. And our opening wicket, Rwanda, has fell, leaving the 2 in the middle, struggling a little bit. I wonder what the chat they're having in the middle there, what they're trying to do, if they're trying to hit on top, or at least get some singles right in front of the noses of the Namibian offside team.
Well, I'm sure as Naomi Benjamin starts her over here, then the Botswana batters would have realized the difference in the scoring rate, and there we go. They're trying to put some pressure on the Namibian fielders, and they get through for the single. Maybe they need to try a bit more of that.
I was just about to say the fielders on the leg side seems to be relaxed, but now Benjamin changes a little bit of her line. Don't know what she was thinking there.
Yes, the fielders on the leg side haven't had much to do so far, as the Namibian bowlers have been so consistent on that off-stump line. But Botswana managing to rotate the strike.
You know, as big as the score is, you would think that the Botswana coach would bring in one of the best performers from yesterday, Pako, to try and push it in the power play. But as you can see, he's still keeping the same team from yesterday, the same batting order.
Yes, Pako did play well yesterday.
Managing 45, just missing that half century.
I do wonder if she's okay to bat though, as she did come off the field earlier.
A little throw there to the keeper. Just misses the batsman a little bit.
I think it got her on the back a bit actually. Yes, I was saying Pako did hobble off the field after trying to stop a boundary. She seemed to have hurt her knee. I wonder if she did recover, and we'll be seeing her at the crease.
We hope to be seeing her. She's really performing quite well.
Appeal there from the Namibians, just going down leg. Another dot ball to the Namibians. I'm sure they'll be enjoying this. I'm sure in their team talks they would have said, do not let Botswana get away, do not let them build momentum. And I must say that I've been very impressed with the disciplines.
And they tried to take a risky one, and they managed to secure that single right in front of point, which is really, really weird to see. Namibia has been keeping it tight on the offside, but Botswana not letting the guard down.
As we look at the end of the 5th over now, and Botswana with only 15 on the board, it's made the mountain they had to climb a lot higher than it was when they started. What do you think they'll be looking at now in terms of their game plan?
Right now they have a very long way to go. It's very steep. They really, really need to get those boundaries. 2 sixes would really help them right now per over. You would wonder if they have in mind to hit anything as hard as they can. Looks to me like they're doing a little bit of tip and run, which is not really working for them right now. The over rate is quite slow. Sorry, the run rate is quite slow. 3 and over. It's very slow.
Yes, looking at the comparisons, Namibia at this point to a 65 for no loss, having hit quite a number of boundaries. We're not quite seeing the same power in the shots that the Botswana players are, the Botswana batters are playing. But also at the same time, we're seeing a very different discipline in the Namibian bowling. And we're seeing a very different fielding outfit from the Namibians. I think as the Botswana players are sitting out there, they should be taking a few tips from what they're seeing from the Namibians.
Definitely, and as you saw during the first power play when Namibia was cruising with those 3-4 boundaries, Botswana was definitely not making an attempt to fix the field in order to stop those boundaries. They kept the same field, although 3 to 4 boundaries were being hit in the same place, and now they're having difficulties in doing that themselves.
Yes, to be honest, I felt a bit sorry for Aisha at some point, because I didn't feel like the bowling was consistent enough for her to set a field to it. A lot of loose balls, a lot of bowling either side of the wicket makes it a very difficult as a captain to make plans and set fields.
Definitely, the first 2 bowlers were bowling all over the place, a lot of half trackers, and making it very easy for Namibia to just push through the covers, finding those boundaries. Anything on the leg or on the off, whether it's short, Namibia will definitely hit it for that boundary.
Yes, and definitely credit to the Namibians. Whatever they got, they took, and they were ruthless about it. But it will be back to the drawing board for the Botswana bowlers. But now it's up to their batsmen to see if they can restore a little bit of pride in their performance for today, so that they can have something to take back to the hotel with them. A bit of a stoppage in play here as Mirapelo Piase needed a bit of attention. She looks fit and ready to go again.
A breather is needed here because the weather here has been a challenge for some of the teams. Botswana also finding it difficult themselves. Although they are from here, they're finding it difficult with the weather here. Saima is definitely doing well. She's keeping her line. Not giving much job for the keeper. Staying in one place, collecting and just receiving and giving it back to her.
Yeah, she's bowled 15 deliveries so far. And she's only gone for 1 run. 16 now. It shows the level of discipline she has shown.
And you know, when you're a bowler and the batsman really doesn't challenge you that much, you don't really need to change anything. You just keep that consistency going. Putting them in a tight spot, squeezing the lid on them and giving them an opportunity to make a mistake. Marapela finally finds that gap and a little misfield there at third man, but it doesn't go for the boundary and Botswana only takes 2 there. I don't know if Saima is a bit happy with that.
Oh, definitely won't be happy with a little spoil to her figures. She's really given the Botswana batsmen nothing. But you're right, she's probably bowling with a bit of comfort as the Botswana batters have not really come at her. They've not really tried to put her under that pressure. So she's just bowling the line and repeat, bowling the line and repeat. That's the end of the 6th over. That's the end of the power play. And Botswana on 17 for 1.
At this point, it's the end of the power play, but at this point, Namibia doesn't look like they're going to open the field anyhow. Nothing's provoking them to do that. A captain for Namibia keeping her pace bowlers, as Botswana seems to be struggling with that. You'd think after the power play she'd bring in a little bit of the slower ones, but she's keeping it tight with her pace.
And back joining me in the commentary area again is Tando, who's replacing Florence.
Morning, Karao.
Welcome back. What have you seen from the innings so far in comparison to what we saw earlier in the day?
Like I always say, the first 6 overs, they're crucial in a T20 game. The batters have to make use of their power play, of which Botswana is failing to do at this moment, and the pressure keeps on mounting up on them. The umpire signals a no ball there, because the T20 match is all about keeping the scoreboard ticking and putting runs on the scoreboard, but at this rate Botswana seems not to be doing that, and the score which they're chasing, 191, being the highest score so far in the tournament.
Yes, and unfortunately for Botswana there, the free hit, not going for any runs. I think we're seeing a big difference in the power ability that the Namibians were showing and what Botswana are showing now.
Exactly. I think the Botswana batters, they are just failing to execute their shots. They haven't played in such a stage, such a situation whereby they're chasing such a huge score. So now they don't know what to do, how to execute their shots. And I feel that's a very huge setback for them going forward in the tournament.
Yes, I think they've been given very little to hit by the Namibians, but at the same time, as you say, the execution of what has been there has been lacking, and it is a big learning curve for them. They would have never seen such a big score on the board, and they'll go back and probably reassess how that power play has gone and try to see how they can maybe approach it differently.
And I also think psychologically it has affected them, that big score.
Definitely. As we know, cricket is a mental game, and when you're chasing the leather around for an hour and a half, it can be very difficult to get your group mentality especially back in the right place.
Exactly, and having Parko as well being injured. We saw earlier on when she was fielding, she bumped on her knee. So we're not even sure whether she's going to come in earlier to bat.
So another wide day from Naomi Benjamin into her last over, trying to finish off her last ball, and maybe just feeling a little bit tired there at the end of her 4-over spell. Good loud call there. As Botswana scampered through for a single, ending the over. Botswana 21 for 1 after 7.
So earlier on, Botswana won the toss and elected to field first. Namibia putting up a brilliant score on the scoreboard, making 191 for 4 in their 20 overs. They batted very well, and we had the first 50 partnership in the tournament today.
Yes, on top of the first 50 partnership, they followed it up with another 50 partnership. Not only partnerships, but we saw a big 70 on the board there from Angela van der Merwe, really anchoring the innings there for her team and seeing Namibia through to that big total.
Partnerships are very crucial in cricket games, whether it's T20 or ODI. So having 250 partnerships, it was...
Oh, and it's a wicket there for Namibia. Tua Delaney finally gets her rewards for fantastic bowling. Scooped up in the air to cover, and Botswana lose their second.
Botswana seems not to be giving the scorers any hassle today.
Energy seems a bit down in the Botswana camp. Not as much as we were seeing yesterday in the afternoon. Looking a little bit down. But at the end of the day, they're still in a cricket match. And they still need to go through their processes and try and get what they can from this situation that they're in. Dominant display from Namibia so far.
And Namibia is dominating. They are mounting the pressure on the Botswana batters. New batter in the crease, Koketso or Kotote. Did I pronounce that well, Karabo?
That was a very, very good effort at pronunciation. Koketso Kotote.
And she's off the mark.
Maybe she'll bring some impetus into this Botswana innings. It needs a bit of life. Try and put some pressure back on the Namibian team. Ask some questions of them too.
Exactly. Botswana now needs someone who can just come and take on the bowlers. Because these dot balls are not doing any justice for Botswana. Someone just has to come on and take on the bowlers and keep the scoreboard ticking.
Yes, very true. The way Tua Delaney has bowled, she's bowled with comfort, knowing that if she lands the ball near enough the right area, she's not going to be put under much pressure. So this is a place where you love to be as a bowler.
Exactly.
And that's the last ball of Tua Delaney's spell. Wonderful spell she's had. She's picked up 1 for 4. And Botswana after the 8th over 22 for 2. I'm sure she'll be happy with her work for today.
So this is the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup Qualifier Africa. And the host being Botswana. What do you think in terms of marketing women's cricket in Botswana? Botswana are hosting these qualifiers. Do you think you're going to get more ladies coming in to play?
I definitely think the awareness of the sport in the country will rise. I've just seen the national media here. That's the widest reach I think that we will have in the country. So the first thing is awareness. Then after that, getting around and getting to people to introduce the game to them. Bowling change from the pond end. It's Moatile coming in with some spin and taking a couple of her first delivery there. Moatile, who we saw get a brilliant start with the bat earlier on, and I'm sure she'll be trying to take some of that confidence into her bowling. It's actually interesting, looks like a left arm Chinaman. You don't get those very much.
So Koketso trying to pull that one, but missing it.
Lob back to the bowler, and that's a wicket there for Namibia. Botswana lose their third wicket, and Moatile continues her good performance in today's game with the wicket to add to the runs that she got earlier on.
And that was a very, very soft dismissal there. Just tipping it just to the bowler.
I think, as you had mentioned, psychologically, it looks like the Botswana team are down. But coach, captain, maybe have a word with the guys and say to them, they're still at home. There's still a crowd supporting them, and they can still do themselves proud. You know, use this opportunity, get some time in the middle. This is not the end. As down as they're feeling right now, they can still gain some confidence from the situation.
And it seems their hard hitter Paco is not gonna come in anytime soon because of that injury that he carried in the first innings. New batter in the crease, Wendy Mautsi.
Just having a look here at Moatile's bowling. Maybe she's lining her up with mid-off and mid-on up. Big swipe that just goes to the short fine leg there.
And more dot balls. Pressure keeps on mounting up.
Yes, pressure keeps on mounting as we end the 9th over with the score on 24 for 3. Namibia not even bothering to put any of their fielders back. They've not been put under pressure by the Botswana batters.
Exactly. Seems every fielder for Namibians just close.
And speaking of the Namibian team, after their disappointment yesterday, I'm sure they'll be a lot happier with the position they find themselves in and the performance that they've put out today.
Exactly.
Quick single there to point. Those are the kind of things Botswana will be trying to do to emulate the Namibians, who did that very well when they were batting. Just put some pressure on the Namibian fielders, push those quick singles, find the gaps, and just keep the scoreboard ticking.
I see the Ugandan team is here to watch this game. I'm sure back in their minds they might be thinking that they will meet Namibia in the finals. Who knows?
Yes, that's definitely one of the big boys of this competition, the Ugandan team. They themselves had a very commanding display yesterday against Mozambique, bowling Mozambique out for 20, I believe. and they'll be looking to build on that today. Again, we're seeing as Yorinda Furi comes into a spell there from the generator, and Namibia continuing what we've seen from the opener bowlers, trying to keep that off-stump channel.
And the umpire gives a LBW. Another wicket falls down for Botswana. Bringing the score to 25 for 5. And that wicket falling down for Botswana, bringing the score to 25 for 4. Pressure still mounting up for Botswana batters.
New to the crease is Amantle Lituba. We're hoping that things don't go pear-shaped for Botswana here and we see wickets in a cluster. Try by all means to show some fight and some resilience, some will to stay there at the crease.
I see there was some changes in the team for the Botswana because Amantle didn't play yesterday.
She's playing her first game of the tournament. Maybe a tactical change from yesterday. Maybe trying to beef up the batting a little bit. Solidly in behind those deliveries. And that's the end of the 10th over. Botswana 25 for 4.
The weather today is quite good for cricket in the lovely city of Gaborone in Botswana.
Yes, we're just coming out of our winter, going into our summer. This is actually lovely weather because it's not too cold, it's not too hot, it's just right for cricket.
And the breeze is so nice.
Yes, nice open field here, and the breeze is cooling off whatever the sun is doing.
An appeal for an LP there, the umpire says not out.
I suspect a slight inside edge on that one. It looked like it was heading towards the middle and off stump. And attempted a sweep shot there, hits the pads. So Moatile settling into her spell now in her second over.
Like me now, you can't be risking playing such shots. You're struggling to play straight, and here she comes and tries to sweep. Do you think that's a better option to do?
I think there is, if she can try and hit through the ball a bit more. The Namibians still have all their fielders basically inside the 30, only the one fielder out at the deep mid wicket. Oh sorry, they have two out, deep mid wicket and deep square leg. So playing for the sweep shot, if she gets it, the likelihood is that she might only get 1, maybe 2 runs. So maybe look to target areas that there's less fielders on the boundaries. Chipped in there and caught at mid wicket. Another soft dismissal there for Botswana. Botswana now losing their 5th wicket, and as I'd mentioned, the danger of then tumbling down becomes very real. Dominant from Namibia.
Yeah, Namibia is in control of this game. 5 wickets down for Botswana. I'm sure now the coach must be telling your players just to go there and play your 20 overs.
Yes, I believe even with this big score on the board, there was very little chance you're going to chase it without playing your 20 overs. So I think that would have been probably the first instruction, is that to give yourself a chance. I think Botswana did that very well yesterday, that they gave themselves a chance to win the game by not losing too many wickets, even though they only got there with one, not losing too many wickets, and allowing themselves to bet their overs in order to chase the score. So he'll be hoping that they can do the same today, avoid getting bowled out, and so that the girls can have something to take back with them for today. Amante Lutuba on strike.
For an LB there, the umpire says not out again. So after 11 overs, the score is 27 for 5.
Bowling change at the generator end. Adele Fansel coming into the attack. Looks like she's also about to bowl some spin.
So 9 teams in this tournament playing the group stages. Then the top 2 will go and play in the finals. And the one which wins in that final is the one which is going to go to the World Cup. In South Africa.
Oh, and it's a run out on the keeper's end. Poor communication there from Botswana. And another one goes. Sorry to say, but they're falling like flies now, Tando.
I presume even the filters, they're not even getting the chance to chirp them because they're in and out.
Yeah. Yes, you had mentioned that one team goes through to the World Cup, so there's a lot at stake here for these teams.
Exactly.
Especially being favourites, teams like Namibia, Uganda, maybe or Tanzania in there. They'll be really looking to grow through their performances, and I think for Namibia today, looking to really secure that one spot, they'll be much happier with what they've done.
New batter in the crease. Then she's off the mark with a single. Priscilla Isaac. A misfield there, and Botswana take an easy single.
Looks like we've seen a promotion in the batting order here for Priscilla. She was the number 11 who came to support Paco at the end yesterday. So I think her good work at the end yesterday has earned a good promotion.
Oh, and she's bowled out. Another wicket falls for Botswana.
A big swipe across the line there from Priscilla Isaac. Unfortunately, it doesn't end well for her as she gets bowled. That's the 6th down for Botswana. And we see yesterday's star coming to the wicket now. Paco seeming to have recovered from her knee struggles earlier. She'll try and see if she can restore some pride to Botswana now. Sorry, that's the 7 wickets down for Botswana now.
Swing and miss there by the Botswana batter.
Swatile really doing bits here with her Chinaman spin. Botswana struggling to get her away.
Well bowled by Mwatile. Change of commentary. I'm with James Moses. Welcome, Jay.
Thanks, Tando. What's going on here since I leave?
And she pulls on leg for a single. Botswana seems to be struggling, Jay. 6 wickets down already. The scoreboard is not ticking whatsoever.
Yeah, application seems to be the problem. Maybe they're one of the ideas.
I mean, they're chasing 190, 191 in the.
Well,
and
I
the
think
score is only 29 and already 6 wickets down.
I think they already conceded this game, Tando. What is the plan now going forward? Are they trying to bat the 20 overs out? Are they trying to get as close as they are to the score for run rate purposes? I need to know what's the plan here.
Because honestly, from the way they are going on about it, the scoreboard is not ticking. Too many dot balls. I'm sure now they're just trying to bet their 20 overs. The umpire signals a wide.
But on the other hand, Tando, we have to look on the other side. Namibia have put a struggle on Botswana from since the beginning of their innings.
Mm-hmm. A drop catch there at mid-wicket. That was struck really hard by Paco Mapotana.
Yeah, Paco was the hero for yesterday. To take them to victory with both bat and ball.
Mm-hmm.
And hope she can retrieve some sanity to Botswana team for them going forward. And that one is in the air. Oh, and it's dropped by Namibia. Very rare to see something like that happen. The Namibian has been very good in the field today, Tan.
They've been exceptional. Very exceptional in the field. Let's see how Paco Mapotana goes about it today.
Oh,
so sad,
that misses everything. The wicketkeeper been reasonably well. Has been reasonable. Yeah, the wicketkeeping have been very reasonable today also. She missed a few. Namibia seems like they're on top of things. Here, Botswana need to come up with a plan where they want the end results to be. As I said early on, first maybe to bat out the 20 overs. Secondly, to get as close to the score as possible for run rate purposes, so they can move forward from there.
Exactly, because on the score which Namibia put on the scoreboard, there's no way they're going to chase down that score. But at least what they can do is just to play their 20 overs and try to maybe get closer to the score which Namibia made. Another wide ball signal there by the umpire.
And Parker seems to be the warrior. I didn't think that she was going to be appearing in batting for Botswana today, but she's out here, still fighting.
She is a fighter. She's a team player. She's the vice captain of the team, so she has to lead by example. Yesterday when she scored her 44, she was struggling with her breathing. She's asthmatic.
I think today Namibia was just too strong. Namibia yesterday got a wake-up call, so maybe today the mindset was trying to get in the go early today. Here Paco trying to get that away, he didn't manage.
As much as you're saying Namibia is proved to be too strong for Botswana, I also feel the bowlers from Botswana, they were not disciplined enough. Too many loose balls that were bowled, too many full tosses, and the Namibian batters capitalized on that.
Yeah, it was. The discipline was way off. As I said, I don't know if there was a hangover from that win yesterday, but Botswana need to get back on track, and I'm sure that they will do that in the next game.
So after 13 overs, Botswana are 36 for 7. Namibia only needing 3 wickets to win this game.
Namibia was always one of these team Tando to look forward for. Yeah, Namibia was always one of those teams that
So Botswana are needing more than over 20 runs per over to win this game.
Well, Tando, you don't have to say it so loud. We already see the valiant effort is coming on. That was chucked in the offside. Is it headed for the boundary? The fielder managed to pull that back, and they got 2 runs there. Botswana is still fighting, and that's a good thing.
I understand, Jay, you're a homeboy. Even if I say it so loud or in a low voice, it's just going to be the same. They need more than 20 runs per over.
Yes, I'm not trying to be biased here. As I said, the effort of Botswana and the effort of Paco is coming to the forefront now.
A brilliant shot there over cover by the captain of Botswana, Aisha Motorala. See the captain and the vice captain in the crease. Maybe they can do a miracle here. What do you think, Jay?
I don't think a miracle is evident here. Maybe in the next game, over 20 runs and over, it's not only an uphill battle, but it's also a very, very, very big margin to cover.
So we like to salute the ICC Africa for bringing such tournaments, organizing such tournaments for women's cricket, of which I think it's a big positive in developing the game of cricket for women.
Yes, they have. I think it's good for awareness. I think it can only get better, and more the girls and more the ladies would probably get involved, just being aware of what's going on, in particular in Botswana. And let's hope that we continue down this road. Tand.
Exactly, and hoping to have more tournaments like this, more development programs. You never know, maybe next time we might be in Mozambique, Malawi, Sierra Leone.
Yeah, I think the ICC also is trying to add more cricket to the region, and that is also good because these youngsters coming up that is just introduced to the game need a bit more cricket, and that's all what we need here. Something else for our sisters to do, and it's also helped develop the country, so they can see that there is something much more than what's going on around. We just came out of a very we just came out of a very turmoil 2 years of COVID, and to get back here to be playing cricket again, we must commend the ICC and the region in whole.
Exactly. So besides playing and all, I think the ladies should also venture in things like umpiring, scoring, commentary, things like that. You know.
Yes, Tandu, that's a very good thought. I think maybe that's the next stage also. Instead of having men umpires umpiring some of the games, the ladies will get a chance also. So we can empower our sisters.
So is Adele Van Zyl coming from the generator end, and the captain pulls it, a single there taken.
I really like this effort by the captain and the vice captain. Botswana seems like they're still not giving up, even though it seems like it's a losing cause, and that shows a lot of character. Playing in front of your home. And here goes Paco. She tried, but that's the next fall of wicket for Botswana.
So Botswana, they are now 8 wickets down. That ends the innings of Paco Mapotsana, the vice captain of Botswana, bringing the score to 47 for 8.
So after having a good look at Namibia today, Tando, what do you think? We were here, managed to have a small assessment in Botswana team yesterday. Today it doesn't look like the comparison is too close, but I think that except for what's happening today with Namibia, I think it's not too far off.
No, it's not. Although Namibia seems to be too good for Botswana, I still feel there are some positives which Botswana is going to take from this game.
Today wasn't a good day for Botswana, but I'm pretty sure that they'll make a valid comeback in the next game.
A drop catch there by the bowler.
I really love the effort of the lower order of Botswana. They're trying to redeem themselves now. But also we must commend Namibia this morning from the onstart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Namibia started really well this morning, in particular in the power play. scoring for the first 6 runs, almost 10 runs and over, and have two good partnerships of 50 or more, and that's what propelled them into where they are now, which is taking full control of the game.
Namibia came with the intent when they're going into bat, capitalizing on every loose ball.
Yeah, Botswana captain is trying to lead from the front, showing some fight here, and that's a good sign. As I said, they need to take some positives from what is going on here into the next game. Oh, just saying that, I think that is a commentator's curse.
And the captain gets bowled out for a few runs there. Nine wickets down. The score is still on 48. 2 runs short to 50 for Botswana. Botswana needing 140 something runs to win.
As I said, Tando, you don't have to say it out so loud. But Namibia, we have to give props to Namibia today. They have came out this morning with the intention. The intent was clear today. They need to set a standard today, on which they did.
Exactly, especially coming from that loss in yesterday's game against Uganda.
Yeah, which was the total opposite for Botswana. Botswana just needed to maintain what they had yesterday, which they didn't manage to do today. But game on for the tournament, Tanda.
Yeah, it's just the second day of the tournament. You never know what will happen in the other games coming up in the tournament. The appeal of an LB there, the umpire says not out.
Namibia just need one more wicket to complete their victory here. It's just a matter of time. I wonder if Botswana is going on the route of trying to play the 20 overs. It's important.
It is very important. 17.3 overs gone. We just have to hang in there. There's no jersey number 16. New batter on the crease, Keseho Inakale. She batted well yesterday when she was supporting Paco Mapotana in the game which they won against Sierra Leone by 1 wicket.
And there was a drive on the offside. As I said, Namibia is, Botswana is still fighting, and that's a good sign.
And that brings the 50 up for Botswana. The score is now 51 for 9 after 17.5 overs. Swing and miss there. And it's over up. The score still on 51 for 9. Namibia only needing 1 wicket to win this game.
This was a very clinical performance by Namibia today. It seems they take care of their discipline today. Even in the field today, they were much livelier. But yeah, with 191 on the board, yeah, you don't need much more motivation than that, Tanda.
That's a brilliant score. They're sending out the word there to the other teams that they are here to win it. That's Kyle Nell bowling from the dogpot end, wanting to get the last wicket of Botswana.
Then again, Namibia energy seems to be a bit lower. I think they are just waiting for something to happen for them to get off the field. They have put in a good morning's work. But to be fair today, Tando, Namibia was brilliant today. Starting from ball one.
They have been brilliant in their batting, their fielding, although they bowled a few extras.
Yeah, and unlike Botswana, didn't got in it today. But this is cricket. Yeah.
A shot of an LBW, the umpire says not out. I'm sure it pitched outside line.
Botswana is still hanging in there. Even though we can see the end is near.
Seems you're gonna go to the last over. So that completes the 19th over. The score is 51 for 9. Botswana needing 141 runs to win.
I think the writing is on the board. They're trying to play out the 20 overs, which is at least they're aware of what they need to do at the end here. Namibia will try to end this as quick as they can because it also helps their run rate. Looking for the next game. Tomorrow is a rest day, and what's in hold for you tomorrow? Would you be taking a few laps in the pool?
Yeah, obviously I will. I'll be in the pool since it's a bit hot. So bowling the last over for Namibia will be Maria Nguyali coming from the generator end. And it's a single. By Keseko Inakale. Wide ball signaled by the umpire.
Yeah, everything goes a bit quiet now. We're getting to the end.
A dot ball there.
Yeah, the writing is on the wall, Tando. Botswana is doing their best to play out these other 4 balls.
I'm sure in this game it has the most dot balls in the tournament so far.
Yeah, well, the opening bowlers were on point today for Namibia from the generator end. The opening bowler, I think, gave 4 overs for 4 runs and she managed to pick up a wicket. That's started everything for Namibia from the fielding standpoint.
Exactly, the scorers will agree with me. The Botswana innings, no problem for them whatsoever.
Yeah, but they will come back. They're young, they're still learning.
Mm-hmm. Wide ball signal there by the umpire. I mean, it's the last over. Why is she trying to do many things? They've already won this game. She just sticks to the basics.
Well, being a bowler, when you got a team down, maybe she's trying to get a wicket, trying to get a name in the wicket column.
You never know with these players. They always surprise you.
Yeah, but Botswana last two batsmen is showing some a bit of stubbornness here. Yeah, just trying to bat the last over out and going to the dressing room, and they rested tomorrow with little positive, something to work from going forward. And I think this is the end of the game. It's a good win for Namibia.
So at the end of the over, 20 overs completed, Botswana making 54 for 9, Namibia winning by 137 runs.
Thunder, that's a big margin. That's a big margin. Botswana need to reset and come back well on Thursday. I'm sorry, on Tuesday, to see if they can make up at least the run rate deficit for them moving forward. Let's hope that they'll get a good rest and recuperate from what's going on here, because they have a few injuries here for Botswana, and let's hope that these guys can get themselves back together, prepare for the next game.
Exactly. So this was match number 3 in the Group A. Botswana playing against Namibia earlier on. Botswana winning the toss and electing to field. Namibia scoring 191 for 4 in the allocated 20 overs. Botswana only managing to score 54 all out. Namibia winning the game by 137 runs. Brilliant 2 partnerships from Namibia. Engela Vanomev's top scoring for Namibia, scoring 70 runs or 48 balls, hitting 10 fours at a strike rate of just above 145. Brilliant performance by her. And we also had Melakaye Twalile opening the batting for Namibia, scoring 46 of 30 balls, hitting 7 fours. So Namibia wins the match by 137 runs. That's it from the commentary box. would like to thank our host, Botswana Cricket Association, for their support. A round of applause for them. At this point in time, I'd like to invite our losing captain, Aisha Motorala from Botswana. So Aisha, coming from yesterday's game, you guys beating Sierra Leone, and then today, what went wrong?
I guess we had a lot of bad balls bowled. The batting, I think, was better, but I hope we will improve. It's part of life, winning and losing. So yes, we're disappointed, but we're hoping for the best in the next one.
Okay, as much as you lost this game, are there any positives that you are taking from this game?
Exactly. I've learned that bad balls are hit, and I've learned that in the field there are angles of which fielders should cut through. So I guess my team has learned that too, and the opposite team as well.
Okay, thank you, Aisha.
Thank you, ma'am.
Then we'd like to invite our winning captain, Eldel Van Zyl. Guys, you lost the game against Uganda yesterday, and then today you come and put a brilliant score on the scoreboard, 191, which is the highest score so far in the tournament. I'm sure you guys you had gone back to the drawing board yesterday after yesterday's loss. So what can you say about the game today?
Yeah, I'm glad my team pulled together today and we put our best foot in front today, and we left yesterday in spot, so we did a good job today.
So do you have any advice to your opposition, Botswana?
They should just keep going, never lose hope, and just play hard balls.
Thank you, Adele. So today we had brilliant performances from the opening batters of Namibia, having the 50 partnership in this game, which is the first partnership in the tournament. At this point in time, I'd like to invite Angela van der Merwe, the player of the match. She made So Angela, hitting 70 runs, 10 fours, the strike rate of above 142. Can you run us through your innings?
So I started out going onto the pitch thinking I'm just going to play my game with the bad balls where I can block the good balls, trying to keep my wicket. And then later on, when my eye got in, it started getting easier to get the boundaries, and it just started feeling really good.
Okay, well done. And to present the player of the match award is Patrick Makumbi from ICC Umpires.